Back with another live stream.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yo. This is Marcus TJ coming at you to recap the Game 6 Warriors versus Kings. We're going to talk a little bit about the Lakers closing out in Game 6. And we're also going to talk about a preview of next round 2 matchups here, right now.
Let's get the previews out of the way first because we already know the Warriors and Lakers on this pod take the most time. Y'all don't like it. We don't care. Yeah, start your own podcast. So tune in on Twitch right now. We are live on Twitch. We post these to YouTube and playlists specifically to y'all teams. So even if we do talk about the Lakers or Warriors, we talk about other teams as well, and they be put in playlists. We also would do a TikTok after this. Look at our TikTok. Look at our shorts. So yeah, man. Marcus, I'm gonna let you start off with the Warriors. If you got film of Jordan Poole, if you want to talk about Jordan Poole, if you want to go at him.
Jordan Poole, I could have done what you did. If you just paid me $100 million to miss every single shot and to let your opponent score as many points as he wants to, I could have done that. It's obviously who we keeping. It's not you. So you need to go find you a new apartment in a new city. Find the baddies in a new city. Maybe you like Miami. They like shooters. Maybe you like LA. The girls on the court side be looking good. Because obviously, Jordan Poole, your focus ain't on basketball. I don't know what's going on with you. This is Malik Monk. You're talking about your matchups. You can't score on a no. What you gonna do next round? What you gonna do next round?
Alright, bet.
What you gonna do next round, Jordan? I don't know, man. It's tough to watch, and it's not just on Jordan. It's Steve Kerr. You really being a a-hole right now? You really doing that? You really playing weird lineups? Second quarter, you just leaving Jordan Poole in there after turnover after turnover after turnover. Come on, man. Wake up. Game 7. I'm sick of this. It should have been a 5. It should have been a 6. But nah, y'all want to take the night off and go Game 7. You know what? I hope y'all win. Because y'all going to lose a lot of fans. A lot. If y'all keep doing this, alright? So, JP.
What was wrong with this game? I know you rant, but just explain to the people like exactly what's wrong with his game. Like, why do people not like him right now? Because, some people may not be Warriors fans. Mm-hmm. So, like, explain to him who he is, what he does in the season, what he did in the playoffs last year, and what's wrong with him now.
So, Jordan Poole got his money off of being an offensive bag, an offensive threat. He's not a lockdown defender. He's not into that. Jordan Poole got his bag because when Steph Curry and Klay Thompson come out the game, you still need to be able to put points on the board. If you can't put points on the board, then you're going to have to make sure the other team doesn't put points on the board. So, Jordan Poole, your job is to put the ball in the basket. You have nothing else to worry about. Nothing else to worry about. And when you can't do that, why are you on the court? Because you didn't get $100 million to play defense. You didn't get $100 million to assist and play make and facilitate the offense. That's not your bag. I'm not saying you can't do it. We didn't give you $100 million to do that. We gave you $100 million to put the ball in the hoop. And when you can't do that, why are you on the court? Simple as that. So I don't got much to say. This is a JP. Like you lost Game 6. And
so
honestly,
do you think it was just him?
Yes.
Okay.
Curry gave you his 20. Klay gave you his 20. Wiggins ain't get to shoot the ball but one time in the first quarter. They even pass him the ball. The ball hits your hands. Sometimes you can swing it to all 5 guys. Ball, and then the shot goes up. JP, you coming down and out of control, hitting the ball underneath the rim on a layup, smoking lays, wide open lays. You letting people go right behind you. Steve Kerr, why ain't you playing Moody and Kuminga? They're running you to death. How did you not see that? They're running you to death. You're old. You got Klay. You got Steph. You got Dre. You got Looney. Lord, Looney is 27 looking 35. Curtis, you ran him to the dirt. I'm disappointed. Disappointed.
All right, so what you got? Game 7.
Warriors in 7.
Warriors in 7.
Warriors in 7. Winning by 20.
God. All right.
Because we're not playing JP. Sorry.
All right. So all right. What do you think is honestly gonna happen?
Warriors by 15. That's what I honestly think.
15.
Yeah, it's not gonna be close.
Do you think Jordan Poole bounces back?
No.
You don't.
No.
So if he don't bounce back, how you winning?
He don't play.
Oh, so you think Kirk benches him?
Bench.
For who?
Moody.
Has he ever benched him?
Yes. Last year.
Oh, he did.
It was last year when I think it was Nuggets first or second round. He was not playing well. You can go back and look at it. He was not playing well. That's when Steph was coming off the bench. Remember when Steph came off the bench and the Nuggets were like, bruh, this is not fair. Why you got Steph going against backup point guards?
Yeah.
Kind of like with Draymond right now.
Yeah.
Draymond coming off the bench. Hey, Trey Lyles is like, I ain't see this cover, coach. We ain't game plan for this. I thought I was going to get Kuminga maybe. Thought I might get a little bit of Looney. I didn't think Dre was coming off the bench. That is a shocking surprise. And I think Curry's doing that, not for this round. I think Curry's like, we can play terrible. You can squeak by this round. Dre coming off the bench is really going to set the tone against the Lakers. And that's where I'll see. We ain't going to get into the preview yet. But I think what Curry's doing is just trying to, next round, hey, boys, we're going to sweep through this one. We're going to figure out this lineup. We're going to learn to play together. Green has got, without Poole facilitating, without Poole doing anything, Green has to come on the bench and make that second unit get points. It worked game 5. It worked game 5 where Dre had 21 going against barbecue chicken. Poole, I don't know what's wrong with you. I really don't. But get it together. What you got?
So the Warriors Kings whole series, I had the Kings winning. Let's see, we got the board here, people. So board is here, so I'm about to read it off for you guys. All right. So right now I had the 1 and 8. Let's see. Over here we had Denver versus Timberwolves. You had Denver in 6. I had Denver in 7. I think they won in 5, right? So we both got that one wrong, but we both got it right at the same time. 2 and 7, it was Memphis. You had Memphis in. No, you had Lakers in 5. No, in 6. I had Lakers in 5, and we both got. No, actually, you got that right. So you got that one right. There was 3-6. That's Kings and Warriors. I had Warriors in 6. Why do I feel like I said Kings in 7? I feel like we've been talking so much off camera.
Yeah.
That sometimes like we change our picks on camera.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But Marcus know I've been saying Kings in 7.
Yeah, ever since a couple games. We went down 2-0.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Kings in 7.
Kings in 7.
But yeah, Warriors in 6 is on here. You had Warriors in 5. That was way wrong. And then it is the next one was Suns Clippers, and we all know that was like bad. But you had Suns in 5. You got that. I had Suns in 7, but because I thought Kawhi would play, but yeah, we know what happened. And then in the East, you had Bucks in 6. I had Bucks in 5. Way wrong. The Heat won. Okay, so that was way wrong. The next one was Boston. You had Boston in 5. I had Boston 5. That was right. Or did they go 6? I just think they went 6. Surprisingly, Boston won in 6, not 5.
Oh yeah, because Janet Jackson couldn't have her concert.
Yeah, the random fact.
Yeah.
Marcus with the random facts. Philly and went 4, and I think we both picked 4 in that one.
Yeah.
And then this last one, we both had Cleveland. You had Cleveland 7, I had Cleveland 6, and we both were wrong. So what we'll do is we'll wait until all the series are done and predict the other ones, but we'll just give our preview of the my jersey feel of the
Janet.
We'll give our preview of the other, basically. Who said Janet? What are you talking about?
Lex.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, we'll do our preview of the the other series as they come. So going back to the Warriors, I just wanted to give you guys the update on the what we did for our standings. So the Warriors and Kings, it's been going back and forth as it is 3-3 right now. So it's a best of 7 series. So if you didn't know that, that means the next person wins. Most of these series have not won 7. That's why I'm explaining this to you guys, because this is the only series I think that went 7, right? Is there any other series left?
Nope.
Yeah, I think
we are the last one.
Yeah,
everybody waiting on us.
Yeah, this is the last series. So this means the next person win, and the Kings had the better record, so they're gonna be home. Okay, and the reason why this is important is because the Warriors won how many games on the road, Marcus, during the year?
9.
9 games on the road, and they won 1 during the playoffs. Correct.
Correct.
So as you can see, they're not good on the road. All right, they really don't win well on the road. So regardless of what you think about the Lakers, the Warriors or the Kings, Game 7, you kind of got to wipe that away. And I'm here to talk to you guys more about what Game 7 means more than the teams. So Game 7 is you're going to have a lot of nerves. Game 7, you can expect a lot of people coming out kind of antsy. You may see a lot of turnovers in the beginning. The refs may not know how to call everything. They may just be like, be touchy in the beginning, but then it gets really tight and they don't call anything else. So it's really important to know that when you're dealing with a team like the Warriors, they're going to try to make the refs call stuff. So you can see a lot of touching and grabbing. You're probably going to see a lot of people kind of giving hard hip checks when they go to the line. So that's why I would edge the Warriors in this. The only reason why I'm saying Kings is really because of the road being so hard when you fall down behind. But the Kings just showed you it can be done. And the Warriors showed you it can be done in Game 5. So if I just take that in consideration, my brain will say Warriors wins the game. My brain will say Warriors wins the game because of their experience, and they should just get the job done. You know what I mean, Marcus? They should just get the job done. Like, if we're being honest, the Kings don't have enough. If we're being honest, they really just got, because it's really Monk and Fox, and Sabonis hasn't even played well at all. Like, not even one good game. So, you guys, the Warriors should win. If they don't win, we'll talk about those consequences in another episode because that's a long thing, but I think they should win. Going to the next, you done with that series?
I just want to play this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the viewers, I just want to play this real quick right here. This is the Jordan Poole that we were talking about, Just want to play this for y'all real quick, That's it. That's all. This is what we meant by Jordan Poole all night. Yeah.
Why did he go out?
I don't know who this imposter is, but he got the same mustache, the same goatee, but that ain't JP. All right. So I just wanted to show y'all that real quick, man, because that's hilarious.
That's funny. All right. So going to the next one. Since they're all done, we can start with Phoenix, Denver. That's tonight. Phoenix and Denver is tonight. And I go to see who they got favorite here. They have the Nuggets by negative 3.5. ESPN has them winning by 63%. And from my understanding, I don't think there's any injuries in this round. So we got an injury-free round, which is very good. And I do think the main difference, like I told Mark, is off the record. I think the Nuggets have more depth than the Suns. I do think the Suns have more top-end talent, though. So if you look at the playoffs, top-end talent definitely matters, so I'm not trying to say it doesn't. But I definitely think the Nuggets got a little bit more depth. What you think about this series?
I think the Nuggets have more depth, but they're not utilizing their bench the way they should be. Now, granted, it's a whole new playoff series, and I'm not saying like last playoff series is gonna have the same lineups. But right now, if I'm looking at the stats, man, like it's just I don't like it for the Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. wasn't shooting as efficient in those last couple of games. Granted, they didn't really need to, but he's gonna have to have a huge game. These guys are it's a battle of stars, and right now I see Aiton matching up against Jokic, and I think the Suns like that matchup. They don't love it, but they like it. I think when you got KD and Booker versus Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray, like they're just gonna outbeat them. So, but the Nuggets do have a deeper bench, but they're just not going down their bench and using their bench the way they should. They got Thomas Bryant. He's not going to give you much. He don't even come out the game. They got DeAndre Jordan. He's not doing nothing. Jeff Green, that's who I'm looking at. Aaron Gordon, that's who I'm looking at. They have a bunch of bodies to also throw at KD. I really do like that. You know KCP a little bit better than I do when it comes to defending, and that matchup with him and Devin Booker is going to be interesting. I'm not asking KCP to lock him down. I'm just saying you can't let the man get 40 nightly. Bruce Brown, I think maybe he'll have that Booker matchup and maybe KCP on Chris Paul. That's what I would do if I was the coach. Because you need somebody quick and kind of lengthy for Booker just to maybe throw that shot off. I could see. I do not want Michael Porter Jr. on KD. I do not want that matchup at all. He will get killed. He has no lateral quickness. So the best thing I can see for them is to maybe put Aaron Gordon or Jeff Green on KD. Maybe put Michael Porter Jr. on the small forward for the Suns. I'm gonna butcher his name. What is his name? Oku. Let's see what we got here. Okogie.
Okogie, yeah.
Okogie and Craig. And those are the two people I would put Michael Porter Jr. on. But they match up pretty evenly as far as points. But I'm curious to see, who's the better coach. Honestly, I think these teams are even in talent, and I think this is going to come down to who's got the better coach and who makes the better adjustments.
Okay, so I'm looking at the matchup from the season, and it was 2-2, all right? So I'm going to walk you guys through these matchups, all right? Let's see who was actually in the games.
Nuggies.
So it was 2-2, and the last matchup they had looks like it was April the 6th, and Bruce Brown started, Reggie Jackson started, so you could throw that game out. All right. But also Kevin Durant did play. That is worth noting. Kevin Durant did play, and the Suns won by 4. But that's pretty bad knowing that nobody played for the Denver Nuggets. The other time they played was March 31st. Kevin Durant did play, which is it's really weird that he played in all of these because he really didn't play that much. Jokic didn't play in that one either. And I believe the Suns won in that one too. The other one they played was January 11th, and Jokic played, but I don't think they had Durant yet in this one. So basically, you can't take any of these games from the season, from this series. So with that being said, I feel like the matchup between Ayton and Jokic would be really big. I'm not sure how well Ayton is at guarding Jokic, but I do think Ayton is a average defender. When you say Marcus,
yes,
he's an average defender. I don't think he's a better defender than Gobert.
I would say above average. I wouldn't put him with Zubac, and I wouldn't put him with Looney.
Or Gobert.
But he's not in the Gobert status.
Yeah, so my point is saying that Jokic beasted on Gobert. So I don't really think Ayton's going to really do a little bit better. Maybe he has the size to make him work on the other side because Ayton does try to get buckets on offense with that pick and roll. I do think that's something I'm going to talk about now. The Suns run this pick and roll all game long. And what that does, Marcus, is it makes Jokic come up. So that Chris Paul and Devin Booker, Devin Booker to Ayton pick and roll, Jokic likes to play drop. Jokic don't really like to play defense like that. So when you get Jokic in a pick and roll, he's going to have to come up on Chris Paul on that midi. He's going to have to come up on Devin Booker on that midi. And it's just kind of hard for him with his... He's just kind of slow-footed. You know what I'm saying, Marcus? Like, he's kind of slow-footed. And when you have a slow-footed big in the playoffs, it's going to be hard for him to come up on all of those middies like that because then you're going to have Ayton rolling behind him for the alley-oop. So I do think my prediction is going to be, after I thought about it longer, I think Suns will probably win this in 7, but I'm not confident about it because of the depth. Because I can also see the Suns get ran out of the gym a couple times because they're tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really depends on how well the Suns' shots are falling. Like, if they hitting those middies like they was against the Clippers, it's gonna be lights out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say Suns in 7 just because I feel like Jokic's defense is just so bad against the drop. So what are you gonna say, Marcus? Who wins in this?
I got Suns in 6.
Uh-huh.
And the reason I got the Suns in 6 is because I just don't think the Nuggets have the experience to beat these guys right now. I'm looking at a team that was good without KD, you know, and they kept their core guys there. It's just like, it reminds me exactly like the 73 win team for the Warriors. Yes, did they win 73 wins, you know, during the regular season? No, they didn't, because the Warriors were super deep. The Suns got rid of their depth because they realized playoffs and championship basketball is about who got those dudes. Who's got those dudes? And right now they realize with Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson in the finals, they just weren't those dudes. So now they went and got KD. They specifically got KD for these playoffs. I think with Booker dropping 40, they still must believe that Chris Paul has got a lot more in the tank than we give him credit for. They must think he's got a lot more in the tank.
He played okay first round.
He did a decent, but I mean, he's a point guard, so he said, hey, KD, Book, go get 40.
Yeah, he played okay first round.
You know, and Ayton wanted more, but hey, help your team win right now. You know, don't worry about what happened this offseason. You're in the second round, just help your team win. Because of those things, I think the Suns just score a lot more points than Jokic can. And I think that the Suns get maybe 2 more stops than the Nuggets. So I have Suns in 6, but I believe every game is going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, whoever's got home court. Now, you did mention one thing about the altitude and how Denver has the best home record in the NBA. Does the altitude play a part in the series at all?
I think it does for the first game for sure. The first 2 games, I could definitely see the Nuggets going up 2-0, and I could definitely see the Suns winning 2-0 at their crib. I can see it being 2-2 going back to Denver, and then Suns taking the next 2. So I can see this going back between that. You take your home games, you win your home games. I think the first team to win on the road probably will win this series. So if you have the Nuggets winning first in Phoenix, if you have the Suns winning first in Nuggets, I think that team will win first. That's usually how the playoffs work. The first team that wins on the road usually wins the series. Not all the time, but most of the time that's what happens. Just look at the Knicks and the Cavs. They took one on the road. Look at the Lakers. They took one on the road early. The Warriors took one late on the road, but they still did it. So usually the team that takes one on the road pretty much wins. So you're going Suns in 6. I'm going Suns in 7. Let's hit this Miami New York Knicks series, Marcus.
Whew. Man, next we got Game 1, Miami, the upset Kings against the New York Knicks, the grind and the gritty. I got Heat in 5. Nah, I'm playing with y'all. I got Heat in 6, though. Heat in definitely 6. The loss of Julius Randle is just too much for the Knicks. Way too much for the Knicks. Brunson, you are a great player. Don't get me wrong. But you're not scoring more points than Jimmy McBuckets. Okay? That's not happening. So you just got to look at things like the injury really hurt. And the Heat have shown you time and time again, it doesn't matter about play-in, this is play-off basketball and who is him and who is not. Did they beat Giannis? Giannis played a lot of those games, but one game. Was he hurt? Yes. Everybody's hurting. Everybody's injured in these playoffs. Fox is playing with a broken finger. Heat in 6, just because Jimmy McBuckets, you got Duncan Robinson coming back, hitting 5 out of 6 threes when he don't play for 2 years. You got Matt Struss hitting 3 out of 4 threes. You got a lot of people making shots right now for Miami. They're finding. Plus, I mean, Miami's a little hurt. They don't have Tyler Hero. You know, you got an undersized Bam. But right now, Jimmy is out there giving it all he's got. And I will not count out Jimmy McBuckets.
So you got him in what?
6.
All right. So I like both of these teams. They both play hard. This is gonna be a hard-fought series.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these teams play very, 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 very hard. Both great coaches. You got Thibodeau, hard-nosed coach. You got Spoelstra, hard-nosed coach. You got the Miami Heat, just took out the number 1 team in the league. Like, they literally had the best record, I think, in the league, the Bucks. Yeah, you could say Giannis was hurt, but they also beat him when Giannis was healthy. So you really can't say that. They beat him the first game, and I think Giannis was healthy that first game, right?
Correct.
So, and then he came back, and if you're on the floor, you can't really make any excuses about that. So I feel like the thing that I didn't think the Heat could do was make enough shots around Jimmy. I didn't think they had the defense also to really support Jimmy. So they really surprised me with that. I will say that. They surprised me with that. The Knicks also surprised us, though. They made light work of the Cavs, so we thought was really good. Jalen Brunson, that man was going off. You feel me? He literally had, let's see, pull up his point. Yeah, 23 first game, 29 second game, 21 third game, 20 the fourth game, and 27 the fifth game. None of those he really went all the way off of like Jimmy, but he was very efficient. He's very efficient, man. The only game he wasn't really efficient in was the fourth game. Every other game he shot almost over 40% from the floor. And I just think Brunson is a very solid guard. You know what I mean? He's going to give you solid guard play. Julius Randle, we know he has that ankle injury. It is big. I'm not trying to say it's not, but also you have to realize the Heat didn't really have a Julius Randle. So I looked at Julius Randle matchup. It wasn't Bam. That's Mitchell Robinson. So really, that was the one advantage the Knicks had was Julius Randle. So I can see why Marcus would pick the Heat in 6, you said?
Yes.
I can see why he would pick them in 6 because that Julius Randle, that was going to be him going against Kevin Love, and that's lunch. You know what I mean? So, like, they didn't really have an answer for Julius Randle going downhill like that. But also, they did just play Giannis. So, like, they just stopped the player just like Julius Randle. You know what I mean? So, when I think about it more, I can see the Heat winning this series if their shooting stays like it was. But the reason why I'm picking the Knicks is because I feel like I like their younger players better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any of the Heat young players, man. Hey, they balling. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know them. Matt Strus and Duncan, who was out the whole year because he sucked. Like, you know, it's just like, bro, like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? Lowry, who sucked, but now playing good. Like, it's like they had a bunch of players that just sucked during the season. So it's like, wait, did y'all suck or were y'all just like low, man? Like, what was that? Y'all literally lost in the play-in. Like, you lost in the play-in. Like, it took you double elimination to get in. So it's like, which Heat am I going to get? And it's like, I know I'm going to get Jimmy, but like, which Heat I'm going to get night-to-night basis? And do you just like beating Giannis? Because this is the second time they beat Giannis. Like, maybe they just like beating Giannis, and then after that, they're like, hey, we going home. Like,
yeah.
So,
Giannis swept them one year, and then they beat him two. This is the second time they beat him. It was crazy.
So, my thing is, I just think the Knicks are a better team. I really do. I think they just have a better team. Like, you look at it now, they got Jalen Brunson. They got R.J. Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
They got Julius Randle when he's healthy. They got Josh Hart. They got Mitchell Robinson. They got Grimes. They got Toppin. I really just think their team is a little bit more solid than the Heat. So that's why I'm going with Knicks in 7 because I just think eventually the Jimmy train doesn't stop, but it slows down in the city, and I think that city will be New York. And I think they'll get off the metro there. And I think I think they bus stopped right there. All right. So for me, I think the Knicks take them. And I also just think that when you get past that round, you will have the Knicks and the Celtics. And it's really. Now that we finished previewing these games, we can talk about the totality of the playoffs, Marcus. How fun it's been. The NBA is really winning right now.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of old school matchups. The Knicks and it's a possibility to have the Knicks and the Celtics, and then it's a possibility to have the Celtics and the Lakers.
Yeah.
Or it's a possibility of having the Warriors and Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this is like old school like matchups and rivalries that we've really been missing.
Yeah.
Because of injuries and like the Knicks just been bad, you know, and the Lakers was bad and y'all was hurt, and so like it's just really like nice to see like these old school rivalries coming back.
For like the last time.
Because these players are old. These players
I really
are
don't
out.
see a lot of these players.
Jimmy's
lasting.
35.
Yeah.
Steph's 35. LeBron is 38.
Mm-hmm.
Julius Randle always has 2 bad years in a row and then 1 good year.
Yeah, it is a great year.
You know what I mean? The Celtics, they're going to break up. We all know that.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown's going to be out of there soon.
Out of there.
So, like, it's like
Very
the Kings, you don't know if they can do it again next year, you know? So,
Mm-hmm.
this is just a good playoffs. It's very balanced. Nobody really knows who's going to win now that Giannis is out because they were the favorite. Vegas had them as the favorite.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, there's no favorite anymore. So, honestly, for bettors, this is y'all playground. You guys are going to eat. Like, whoever wins, somebody's going to get rich this year because the odds were so open. If you bet on the Lakers when they was 2-10 in the beginning of the season to win the finals when there's 2-10, if you submitted the bet on that day they was 2-10, you're going to be a millionaire. If they win, you're going to be, because you was in on it when they was butt cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey man, shout out to whoever did that. And I just think, or the Kings. If you said the Kings was gonna make the finals before the year, bro, shout out to you. Even to make the playoffs, the Kings, you probably made a lot of money.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because they made the playoffs in like 16 years.
It's been a long time.
So it's. I think this playoffs has been very entertaining, and I'm looking forward to tonight's game with the Nuggets and Suns. Who do you think takes tonight's game? I know you think it takes the series.
Nuggets.
So you think the Nuggets get the first one?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be close or?
Honestly, it will be a close game up until like the last 5 minutes, and you'll see the Nuggets win by 10.
Okay.
Right now, I got the Nuggets winning by 8, and I would say the score would be 122 to 114.
What's the difference maker? Who's the difference maker tonight?
Honestly, I think
If people
Craig
are
doesn't
putting in
hit
their
the
bets,
shots.
if people
I
are
think
putting in their bets,
Craig doesn't go over your 2.5 threes made this
Okay.
game. You know, it's probably where it'll be near. I don't think Craig just hits those shots with
Okay.
the altitude, legs not underneath him.
does Michael
out of
Porter
breath.
get 3 or more threes tonight?
Michael Porter gets 3 or more threes tonight, yes, because
Okay.
it's gonna be high scoring.
Does-
Both teams are gonna let it
Does
fly.
Jokic get more than 20 points tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Jokic gets about a near triple double like he always does.
hmm
I would definitely hit the over on the Jokic 20.
Is this a bad Chris Paul game tonight?
It's not a Chris Paul getting you 18, 10 assists and like 3 rebounds.
Okay.
Chris Paul's going to work.
Okay.
And I think
Who's his matchup? Jamal Murray, you think?
absolutely.
Yeah. I think Jamal Murray will be on him, and I think KCP will be on Booker. I think that's how they'll play it.
Honestly, I could see it a lot of switching. I just
Um,
don't like
I think
KCP on Booker. I do not like
Well,
that matchup.
you don't have to put him on Booker. You can put well, they're gonna probably put Aaron Gordon on KD, most likely,
Yeah.
because they don't want Michael Porter playing on nobody.
He's gonna,
really.
I think Craig. I think Michael
Yeah,
Porter
he'll be on
Craig.
Craig. So I think KCP can lock down Booker, but I think he's a great defender,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's pretty much one of the top twos on defense you can have on Booker.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody that can slow him down, it is KCP,
Mm-hmm.
because other than him in the league, like who is a good two-way in the league who just play
At
defense?
the 2 position,
Yeah,
not a lot.
it's not a lot anymore. Like Clay was that, you know what I mean?
Not Jamal Murray. Dante Murray from Atlanta.
From Atlanta, yeah, he's that. But there's really not a lot of two ways in the league like that. Josh Hart is a two way.
And he does guards and forwards, small forwards. He guards 1 through 3, sometimes 4.
You got Vandy, but he's not offense.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He's just defense.
One way.
He's just one way. So Wiggins is two way.
Mm-hmm.
But he would be on Durant. So that's the Suns' biggest, toughest matchup with them is they have 2 players like that you got to choose who you're gonna put your person on, and I think most people are gonna choose Booker. I think most people choose Booker because they're saying Booker runs off of that pick and roll. He's running that pick and roll, and KD most of the time is isolating. So they're like, hey, KD's going to get his. Send 2 his way. But Booker, we're going to have to just put our best player on him and send 2 to KD. But yeah, that's the pod today, man. We're going to come back on Monday at noon to preview the rest of the pods, to talk about what happened over the weekend. And you guys be safe, and hopefully your teams win, man. Anything else you want to say about your Warriors before we leave? Because this pod will be a lot different on Monday.
Listen to me close. I want you to know if you hit the bottom of the if you hit the bottom of the rim on a layup again, I will find you. I will find you.
You sound like Flight. You sound like Flight when you said that earlier. All right, guys. See you guys later.